Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is your host, Two Snake here, getting ready for Krayzar's Castlevania 64 any percent run. Krayzar, take it away.
Hey, I'm Krayzar. I'm back. And this, much like DOS, is one of three computer ports of Castlevania. And C64 is interesting. So I'm going to get us started here. We're going to go into my little drive emulator, and we're going to run the Castlevania disc. And we're using a drive emulator because basically to describe the Commodore 64, they built the discs very cheaply. The discs are basically miniature computers themselves, and they're extremely unreliable. And while I have one, for a marathon setting, it would be complete folly to try to use it. So we're going to use a hacked scene disk to try and get as much performance here as possible. So enter. So you might notice my screen wiggle a little bit. There's nothing I can do about that. That's a quirk of 30-year-old hardware that is basically alive due to spite. So we're just going to load up Castlevania, give you the whole experience. And we're going to start a new game. So I'm going to call the timer right when we have the first movement, as is customary. But we're going to have to wait for a little bit of loading. So we're going to start a new game. And it's probably going to happen now. It was quicker than usual there. Alright, so everything looks pretty normal. So far. And so in this version we don't really have to worry about the cats because the cats go off screen before they can actually get us. And again, the zombies also not really a threat. So in this version the bat skip is free. And the bat always hits you at the door if you're going fast enough. So we're going to grab the axe. I don't want that zombie right there. We're going to grab this. And let's try... There we go. Yeah, alright, so a little bit of a difficult bat, but we'll see. So, some things about the game while we wait here. Press up to jump and hold down the fire button to actually get your sub-weapon off. So, because of the inconsistencies there, it is very difficult sometimes to actually get sub-weapons in. So, for safety here, we're going to save. And enemies, as you notice, will respawn almost instantly. And a little bit like DOS, you don't have reliable spawns of any of the multipliers. But things are pretty easy to jump over. Alright, so we're going to save here. And I'm just going to try and demonstrate something. So, you know the boost? All boosts? They don't work in Castlevania C64. Basically, everything is a hard boundary, so you can't really get around a lot in this game. But there's some things coming. Don't worry. Oh, that's exactly why we do that. I jumped the gun. So we're going to try not to do that, because it costs a bit of time. Because we have to sit through this opening every time we die and have to reload. And if we were using a real disc, like the actual disc, this would be probably 3 times longer, and also we would have to flip the disc here. There's 2 different sides to the disc, and it requires both sides to load the game. Alright, that's a little touchy. Come on. So, I don't need all this life. Ooh. So, you'll notice I don't have any life now, but I'm still alive. So, much like DOS, there is a health glitch, but it can only be performed on screen transitions. Okay, not great, but... And much like DOS, once we collect the orb, our health regenerates, but I don't know if anyone's noticed this yet, but you might notice that there's something a little strange about the enemies in this game. I wonder if chat can pick up on it. So, if you haven't noticed, most of the enemies here, and we're going to save again, are actually moving about 10% faster. That's because when they did the conversion for, American Commodores, they didn't actually change a couple of key values. Okay. So hopefully we get this. Oh, we got the wrong pixel for that. Yeah, the music is actually one of the highlights, in my opinion. This is probably the closest graphically and sound-wise to the NES of all 3. But definitely not in terms of, actual performance. Okay, so we need to be able to do stage 3 safely. We kind of need to get the health glitch trick. So I'm going to try and take this a little bit slower. Because we need this ghost. Okay, that should do it. There we go. Got the correct pixel there. So now, this is pretty trivial with the health glitch. And since we already have the boomerang, we don't need to do much. So, again, level 3 is pretty easy in this one. But level 5 and 6, that's where the game is, basically. Now, there's another Castlevania that wasn't submitted here, Amiga, which is arguably the worst port of anything ever. And I thought about doing it for this marathon, but getting a sub 2 hour run is almost impossible, reliably. Okay, that was pretty good. So, for some reason, when you move over to that side of the screen and just sit there and throw crosses, one of the mummies just doesn't move, and it's basically tons of free hits. Yeah, the this way sign, because they had to literally have a loading transition, they ran out of level. So, in C64 there is no Fishman skipping, but the Fishmen are kinder, a lot kinder. So we're going to save, because this can go horribly wrong very quickly. Hit the bat. Okay, I'm going to try it without the stopwatch here. Oh, hey. Come on, fish. Oh, okay, so this is a interesting glitch. Sometimes you can get lucky. And that's actually what I'm trying for here. I'm trying to get that glitch so that I can pass through that easily. Yeah, stage 4 is not very pleasant in terms of sound. Yeah, there's some configurations where you just actually can't whip them. Unfortunately, the hitboxes are just a little bit too much like NES. Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time. Got the bat. Hi. Yes, Fishman. Wow. Okay. That's not what we want to see. So you'll notice the fishmen just go straight up and down. There's nothing holding them there. Okay. No, we don't want that. Whew. Close one. Oh no, I got hit! Psych. Yeah, so basically the fishman can go straight through walls, and part of the reason why you can't get cave skip in this version is because essentially all of the boundaries are hard boundaries. There's no going through these ceilings in much the same way as NES or even DOS. And you might notice Frank is a little hard to hit initially. He actually moves before his hitbox spawns, so you can get into situations where you just can't really hit him, and it depends upon kind of like the starting frame that you get in as to when his hitbox actually spawns. It's very, very strange. He's the only real boss that actually does that. So this is probably where the game is. This level is difficult, but not for any of the reasons you might suspect. Oh, come on. So we're going to be trying to off-screen some of the enemies here. Hopefully we don't get stuck in a spawn point like that. Okay, come on. Be nice to me. And the pauses that you see me taking on the stairs are not intentional. Basically, there's points in the walk cycle where you can just get stuck, and you have to repress your buttons. Okay, so we're gonna save right here. Because this trick is actually extremely difficult. I may have just screwed it up. Okay, that was going to screw it up. We might have to actually quit out if I can't get him to, nope. Alright, we'll try that one more time. Quit. Yeah, well, the shot multipliers are extremely rare. But you can get random potions. The item drops seem kind of broken, though. You only are able to get them on certain levels. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. You spawn in dead. Yep, you definitely can. Basically, a lot of stuff in this one is somewhat broken. They tried their best. Oh! Come on! We just got there. So yeah, because of the faster spawn rate on death, we pretty much need the death, or basically the undead Simon glitch to work for us. You can kind of beat death, but in a marathon setting it would take far too long. Now, Dracula is kind of another story. Okay, come on. Did we get the glitch? Ah, there we go. For a second there, I thought he lost his ability to spawn axes, which is something that can happen to the Axe Knights. They can just stop spawning axes, and it has something to do with sprite limitations, but not sprite limitations of the sprites on screen. It's like if there was too many sprites at one point, he just gets stuck and thinks that he can't spawn anything else. There were some safety measures because there's so little memory compared to the NES that they implemented. So instead of crashing like Program Zero on NES or the Famicom disc version, it knows not to spawn things. So we're gonna go beat death now. Oh, missed him. Come on. Ah, there we go. Okay, not the greatest death fight, but he can very readily avoid your whip because your whip, while jumping, can only come out at certain points. Okay, so now we're gonna try to do the hardest stage in this game in one go. So I'm gonna save this part. I'm just gonna no, we didn't get hearts from that. Come on, Bat. Oh. Oh well, we'll just take it. Come on, there we go. Oh! Ah! I almost got it. So you can kind of manipulate them. Yeah. Yeah, this is not great music here. It's slightly ear-piercing. Yeah, so they actually take 4 or sometimes 5 hits to kill, which makes killing them not ideal. And they're most likely going to hit you anyway, since they move 10% faster than in any other version. So, let's see if we can get hearts. Nope, no hearts. Alright, we got that one. We got this one. Okay. We're gonna get the watch here. Okay, good. Took that right. Okay, come on, Bat. Alright, so now we're gonna move this way because that guy can actually just hit us and knock us into the pit. So we're going to save, because I don't want to do the bat again. So this next part is probably the hardest thing in the game. Okay, thanks. Okay, yeah. So, like I told you, there is the concept of hard walls. in this game. So if you jump into and hit your head on one of these walls, you will fall straight down instead of creating an arc like in other sensible Castlevanias. So there's only 2 or 3 pixels in which that jump is actually makeable in this version. And because I got stressed out because of the short bone that skeleton threw at me, I missed it. Okay, don't kill me. Thank you. Oh. Okay, quit. Yeah, so you can have basically 0 range bones, like you just saw, and it'll fall through and hit you anyways. And they can just knock you into the pit. So this small piece of the game is kind of brutal. So I'm going to try first frame it, jump back. So I'm just going to hold the controller just like this to try to avoid. Okay, perfect. Okay, didn't avoid that one. Alright, so we're going to off-screen this guy because his spawn point is when the screen actually scrolls. Dang. Oh, come on. So, yeah, basically I hit the watch in time, but not in time enough to actually make it so that I could jump the bird. And because you have to hold down the button, and there's inconsistent amounts of frames that you can have to hold it down for, you can end up with a time stop that doesn't seem to work when you're expecting. Alright, so we're gonna hold over and up to try to avoid the skeleton of certain death. And, wow, we're getting really bad luck on the bone patterns here. Off-screen pin. Oh, really? He spawned it again. Alright. Let's try it one more time. So once we get past this part, the setup to basically do a Undead Simon again is fairly easy. Alright, continue and save game. Alright, try to jump away from this guy. Oh, come on. Nope. Alright. Just gotta get past all of them. Okay. So we're going to hold up and back. avoid that guy. Oh, no, 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 no. Hang on. Alright. This is the time. Well, you know what? I wonder if I can actually get this to happen. Nope. Not actually doing it for me. Alright. We're gonna go back to how we usually do this. Because I am just getting incredibly unlucky with like the first frame bones here. Must be where I've saved. Okay. Okay. Avoid you. No, I didn't get a big heart. Okay. Perfect. Oh. Come on, game. Do me a favor. Give me another heart. Okay. We got lucky there. There we go. Okay. Whoa, controller. Oh no! Okay. We're gonna have to go back. Jeez. So that can happen if you are trying to scroll up and basically press up at the same time. You can just fall right through. We'll get it though. Oh geez. Well, I am over, so do let me know if it's too much of a hassle here to continue. But okay. Oh my god. This is terrible bone luck. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll be able to get this, but I think, unfortunately, I saved in a rather awkward place, I'm guessing, which can affect your RNG in this game. Okay. Okay. Whew. Alright. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, don't fall. Okay. Whew. Almost happened again. Okay. So now we're safe. Oh, come on. I'm not getting that. So it is possible to hit him from just about anywhere, like 3 to 4 times, because of the ludicrous speed that everything operates at. So unlike Castlevania Amiga, you actually do have to hit Cookie Monster in the face. And because of the way that sub-weapons work, that is almost impossible. So you might as well not use sub-weapons on this version of Drac, because you have to almost pre-hold the button down, and there's a frame window where you just can't do it. So yeah, he throws constant fireballs, so he's almost impossible to beat normally. And that's time. So yeah, very, very different game, and it probably would be one of the most accurate ports if everything didn't run at 10% more speed than everyone's expecting. So that really is what breaks the entire game. You can barely react to things when they first come on screen. But yeah. Standard credits. And I mean, honestly, this music is pretty good. Except for it running fast. But yeah, so this is Castlevania Commodore 64, and believe it or not, this is the version I first played. My parents decided to buy this version for me instead of the NES, which was interesting. But anyway, I think just like to I guess throw a shout out to Agent Werfrin, who recently got the world record in Castlevania Amiga. And, you know, just the previous run, Castlevania, which is another favorite of mine. Alright, well, thanks for having me.